What? What's this? The Dr. Blue intro! The Dr. Blue intro is back! It's not. How's it going, Blue? It is Dr. Blue here, and God forgive me if I go back to that intro. But guys, as you know, for the all the Blue reviews, I used first video of this series, and well, the first video of this did include the intro. So, without further ado, welcome to the Rocket League Blue review. Now, I know this video has probably come out of nowhere for some of you guys, but I always plan to Blue review Rocket League, especially seeing as I've been playing it a lot lately, and that's because the new Rumble mode update actually reminded me that it kind of still existed. But as usual for any newcomers here, in the Blue review we give the game a rating from 1 to 10 with a word alongside describing my thoughts on that rating, and basically we go from a first impression segment through to a feature segment. After that we talk about the criticisms, followed by overall thoughts on the game, and then a true rating for the game, along as whether I think you should buy it or not. So let's get into it, but before I do that, I'm just going to play the Rocket League credits for 2 minutes here, starting now, because I didn't expect to be Blue reviewing this game, so I completely forgot about the credits, but after that, there'll be gameplay, don't you worry. My first impressions of this game were...
Hey, that's pretty good.
But in all seriousness, I really liked this game when I first saw it. It's such a basic idea that I can't believe no one had ever done it before. Cars kicking a ball around. Yet, despite its simplicity, I really enjoyed this game when I first bought it. I was having so much fun playing this, and that really showed in the first video of this series. The atmosphere really felt alive, and I loved doing recordings on Rocket League, and you could see the energy that was present in both me and Epix when we started playing this game. And now, me and my sister can't get out of competitive, we can't put the game down. Where'd it go?
Ole!
Oh, go on, bounce off the wall, Boom! Yeah!
I was not expecting that to happen so fast.
Hills ye. But little did I know there was so much more to this game, and things ahead I love and that I hate about this game. And this game is so good, especially if you play it with friends. With this game, there's so much I can positively say about it, which is great, because in these Blue reviews, I normally spend so much more time on the criticism, and that's usually because I've got so many ideas on the game for how things could be improved and how things could have been better. And with this, although I do have my criticism, I also have a lot of positives. So first off, just the fact that this concept was so simple. Football with RC cars. Like, how had this not been thought of before? What a great little idea, and the best thing about it is that they've pulled it off brilliantly in this game. There are so many types of cars to choose from to suit your play style, your favourite type of car, and you can project that here into the game. So my favourite type of cars are Porsches, and I think the one that closely resembles a Porsche in this game is the Takumi, which is why I have it, and I've turned it into my own little kind of striker car to suit my position, which is great, because this car feels like my little car. It has my personality and my character in this little car avatar in the game, so when people blow me up, I end up swearing my ass off and spend the rest of the game chasing them down just to blow them up back. The gameplay itself is repetitive, but that's how football is, which is mainly why I don't like FIFA. But here in Rocket League, they've definitely done their best to change that up. They've got match types for 1v1s all the way up to the 4v4s, and then after that you've got cars with hockey, cars with basketball, and obviously the no Rumble mode. And then for the more serious players, you've got your competitive 1v1s to 3v3s, which are nice if you want to become a more serious player of Rocket League and enter into the esport they've got for this game. And if you manage to get your game into the esport category as a company, then you're definitely going to get a lot of cash out of that. But Rocket League, they've stayed true to themselves in that. They've not let it change them, unlike Halo. Rocket League haven't let the fact that they're an esport change them, apart from maybe the crate system that came out in Rumble mode, but I'll talk about that later. Then we move on to the customization, which is more than I thought it was. There's a lot you can do to your car to make it unique. First of all, you've got your car base, and then your decal, followed by the colour and texture of your car and the decal. Then you've got your tyres that you want, and then pick along with a rocket trail to shove in your opponent's face when they're chasing after you, and then you've got your own unique topper you can add to give your car its character. Then with your antenna, and finally your title, which you can choose to turn on or off on your car, which will then give you your finished car. Not to mention you can now customize your car as a blue and orange car, so when you're on different teams you can have different versions of your car in the game. Along with the new preset feature that's here, you can have up to 10 different cars, or you can have 20 if you count the blue and orange versions as different cars. There's quite a lot of customization here, and it's pretty great. Along with all these other game modes, you got your private matches, the exhibitions, the season, where you can create your own team with whatever colour you like, which affects the colour and sides of the stadium, and the colour of the ball, which is a really nice touch. Really gives that sense of your turf and their turf, you know, home and away. And then you got the training courses if you want to get better, as well as the in-game chat system, which you can customise, but you can only say nice things. But despite this, people still manage to be assholes and say shit like no problem when you score a goal. God, I hate when they do that, but I'm getting off track. track. The champion crate system, while I like it, I don't like how you go about getting the keys. It's annoying because I don't want to have to pay to look cool. Let me earn that shit. On the lines of earning shit, you can actually earn secret, rare, and ultra rare items through trading items in through the manage inventory system, along with trading items to other players, which is only a recent feature but still pretty nice. The trading system is exciting too, when you trade and sacrifice a few items to get something that is really nice and really stands out. I sacrificed a bunch of items for something good, and I got a lightning rocket trail, which I really like and I've yet to try out. They've even got global and local leaderboards where you compare yourself to your friends, where I found out that I've got roughly a 60% score rate out of all my shots, which isn't too bad if I say so myself. The great thing about the garage too is that they went all the way out to bring in all these references from games, and obtaining all that permission from companies couldn't be easy. I mean, geez, it even says in the credits that I showed earlier in this video how many things they obtained permission for. And you know what? Fair play to them. It's the little things that make the biggest differences, and Psyonix have not been lazy in the making of Rocket League. The gameplay itself is very fun, some game modes more than others, but still enjoyable all the same, especially Rumble mode, which I think brings the variety that the game needs. But even without it, all the different rankings, the opponents, and their custom cars, along with the weather effects and the different stadiums, make for a great and different experience each time. And I'm really looking forward to next month, October, when they bring in the new Aquadome and Aqua cars. That is going to be great. The music for this game is also on point. Sometimes I'll just sit at the Rocket League menu whilst working on something, just because the music on there is really good and it fits in with the electric atmosphere that this game gives off. Although, I'm pretty sure in one of the songs there's a woman asking for, well, you'll see. Moving on to the criticisms, this game for me was really good, and as for the criticisms, there's not a lot wrong with this game as it is, but more about what's missing from it really. Let's start by what's actually wrong with it. First off, in competitive it can be a little tough when you get faced with people who are masters, who may be in the same competitive tier, but in terms of skill are so much better, but there isn't too much Psyonix can actually do about the multiplayer ranking system really, because it does depend, and some people can manipulate it in a way. Also, and I know this is a key part of the system, but the blowing up is really annoying. But with that said, I do use it myself sometimes, and it can be a key strategy to the game, even if it's absolutely infuriating sometimes. So I wouldn't suggest removing it, but I would just like to mention that it's fucking annoying. Now, in terms of improvements, there's one issue that bugs me the most, and that's the inventory system. Despite the fact it says here that I've got all 49 rocket trails, I know for a fact that Basic Disturbed has the pixelated fire rocket trail, and my sister has the Toon Smoke rocket trail, and they're both ultra rare. Now, despite the fact that they're ultra rare, I do wish they'd list all of the rocket trails in the game so I know what I'm missing. It's not just the rocket trails either, it's all of the categories, so I do wish they'd fix that for me, just so I can see what I'm missing and what I have to get. Another thing is the title section of the garage, which you can only have the current rank that you are. I do wish they'd let us have more titles based on achievements or things we've done. So for instance, striker, goalie, pilot for aerials, and just something like that, just based off achievements for things you do in games. I just think that would be nice, rather than just having veteran or none. In general, for the garage, I would just like there to be more customization options. Like, maybe the only issue I have with the garage is that I want more of it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing at all. However, one major issue I do have with Rocket League is that they ask you to pay money for things like unique cars and the crate system. And when they released this crate system, they stated that some proceeds would go to their esport event, like that's a charity or something. Also, this never used to be the case, but until a recent update, you got items after every match, and now they've put a limit on it every week, so you can only earn them every 5 or 6 games, and you can only earn a certain amount each week, which really sucks. But there is a fact about all the cars, like depending on which car you have, it can affect gameplay. So essentially these new cars that you can get through paying for them could be classed as paying to win, which I admit is a bit of a stretch on my part, but the connection is there. And just one last thing, the game is the same thing over and over again, and I get that it's meant to be that way, but I can't really play this game for too long at any one time because I do get a little bored of it, but they've done their best to change that up, so fair play to them. But overall, I do feel there's a fuck ton of effort that went into this game, and I think as it is now, it has really paid off, and they keep updating this game with a new underwater theme coming out in October. This game honestly keeps just getting better and better for me, apart from the extra money that they try to haul out of you. So for a true rating, I'm going to have to give this game a 9, which is very deserving of a blue medal, which shows that I really fucking like this game, and it's got my approval. I would give this game a 10, but I'm afraid the small yet annoying in-game transactions that you can't really escape from leave this game at a 9, which is still very, very good anyway, and is my highest score so far for all the games I've blue reviewed. Should you buy this game? Hell yes, you should. Keep up the good work, Psyonix. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I've been Dr. Blue. You've been my audience. And I'll see you guys next time.